Hello and welcome to today's Moto News Worldwide video on the Motocross Network. Today we've got a couple unfortunate stories, but I got a good one in there to try to even it out. We're going to start with Haiden Deegan giving his opinion on the super short start in Texas and using the paddle tire on that hard-packed track. Then we're going to get to the bad stories. We have an injury update on Red Bull KTM MX2 rider Liam Everts after a run-in with Lucas Coenen in China. And finally, we're going to look at an injury update on Carson Mumford after a rhythm section crash during practice in Fort Worth that ended with him in an ambulance heading to the hospital. So we'll look at that. Now, before we get into the news, I'm proud to announce the Motocross Network Premium. What is it, you may ask? Well, it's a $3 per month membership on our website, themxnetwork.com, which gives you access to all of our exclusive interviews, past and future. We have premium articles, the Motocross Network travel vlog, and all of that content will be ad-free. So next year, we're going to try to make it to a lot more events, both in the United States and in MXGP, possibly even in Australia, depending on how things go. So by becoming a premium member, you're helping us make it to the races worldwide while unlocking our best content. So head to our website to sign up or check it out. Links in the description. The defending 250 SMX champion and recently crowned 250 AMA Pro Motocross champion Haiden Deegan had one goal in mind coming into round 2 of SuperMotocross in Fort Worth, Texas, and that was to get better starts. At round 1 in Charlotte, Deegan had a phenomenal day. He did everything right, pushed hard, made passes, all while staying off the ground, but he did have one handicap, and that was his starts. He had to fight from a few places back, about mid-pack, not super far back, but it was far enough back to where he really had to work for it. So that was the primary goal for this past week and to fix for round 2 and round 3. Now, he worked hard all week on starts at the Goat Farm and even adopted the notorious scoop tire for this weekend's round in Texas, which was a very bold decision considering it was probably the most hard-packed track all year. With how short the start was this weekend, it definitely gave him an advantage as he was one of very few riders in both classes to use it. Even though the scoop tire was bad for 99.9% of the race, he made it work on the starts, which is all that matters. You get that start and just try to manage from there. Deegan spoke after the race about the short start in Texas in a post-race interview saying, quote, "Yeah, it was solid today. Went 1-1 qualifying, so that was good. You really had to emphasize qualifying this week due to the 50-foot start." That's sarcasm, if you couldn't read that. But yeah, 2 hole shots. That was awesome. And from there, just rode some smooth races, 1-1 on the day for first overall. Deegan then went on to explain his decision to run the scoop and how it went. Deegan said, quote, "I mean, it was a gamble, but I figured it out. I kind of wanted to see if it would work on the start, and I mean, it did work. And second moto, I switched tires anyway, so they both work. It was definitely gnarly. Pretty much running a paddle tire on cement lips was sketchy, but I mean, I adapted to it." Certainly a bold move by Deegan this weekend. Obviously, he wasn't the only one who did it. Tomac notoriously did it as well. But with how hard that track got in the second motos, Deegan did switch back to a regular tire, which was probably a smarter move. Tomac did not. But he did struggle more with the start in the second moto, as you saw. He kind of had a clean hole shot in the first one. In the second one, it was really close. So I'm really enjoying seeing these guys here in the United States adopt that mentality that the MXGP guys have, which is run the scoop, get the starts, and manage the race from there, no matter how hard-packed the track is. Jorge Prado, the defending world champion, is known for this. Yeah, a lot of guys are doing it here, and it's working. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot more riders adopt this method, even though it gets a little sketchy out there, especially on tracks like this one in Texas. But yeah, incredible riding from Deegan this weekend and a bold move. It paid off. So yeah, congrats, man. All right, before we move on, this video is sponsored by Blood Lubricants. Blood is a premium off-road oil and lubricant company. They have a whole bunch of products from their regular engine oil to their chain lube to their bloodbath wash and wax. It's all high-quality stuff. Don't take my word for it. Chris Kiefer tested and approved it as well. It's all high-quality American-made oil from Blood Lubricants. I can even save you guys some money. For a limited time, you can save 25% off site-wide all their products using our code TMN25. So go give them some love. Head to bloodlubricants.com today. All right, on to our next story. It's an MXGP one. During the second race of the Grand Prix in China, a collision occurred between Lucas Coenen, the Husqvarna rider, and Liam Everts, the KTM rider, as they both aimed for the same rut. Coenen, attempting an inside pass, inadvertently caused Everts to crash heavily. Everts' front wheel was knocked out, leading him to be flung over his handlebars onto the hard, rutted part of the track. Everts remained on the ground for several laps, surrounded by medical personnel, while Coenen, visibly affected, he confessed to losing focus in the race. He expressed remorse for the incident, mentioning he hadn't anticipated Everts' position at the moment. Here is said crash involving Lucas Coenen and Liam Everts. So yeah, it didn't look like Coenen hit him that hard, but Everts hit the ground really hard. We do have an update on Everts' condition, which has been reported by MXGP themselves. They said, quote, following a bad crash early in the second race, Liam was taken to the hospital where it was confirmed that his fifth cervical vertebrae in his neck is fractured. He's regaining feeling in his arms and legs. We're currently waiting for more updates. Liam was scheduled to join Lucas as his teammate on the big bikes for Team Belgium at Motocross of Nations, which is just a few weeks away. Concerned Lucas commented on the incident after the race, saying, quote, I apologize to Liam. I didn't know. I thought he would go more outside, and I hit him. I am so pissed off at myself. I saw his father, and I am like, shit, what did I do? The whole moto, I was not in my rhythm because of that, but I hope he is okay. I completely understand where Lucas is coming from if you watch the clip. It does look like Liam will either stay middle of the track or move left to the outside line, but he tried to cut inside to block Lucas, and it was too late. So I understand that, and obviously Lucas is a wicked nice kid, and he's probably friends with Liam, so he's certainly going to be concerned for his health, and especially a neck injury. That's got to be weighing on Lucas's shoulders pretty heavily because it could have really high consequences. So yeah, horrible situation, but it looks like Liam is going to be fine. Liam was transported to Huashan Hospital, their specialized unit, where he began to recover sensation and mobility in his limbs. The surgery to mend his bone was successful, and the medical team is optimistic about his recovery. The entire Red Bull KTM team extends their gratitude to Samantha Liu for her invaluable support during this time. Liam, remaining in high spirits, will stay in China for a week for further evaluation before returning to Belgium to commence his rehabilitation journey towards full recovery. The article does go on to say that they believe he's going to fully recover. They're not really worried about that at this point. It sounded like for a while that it could be bad. He could lose some mobility with a neck injury, the spinal cord and all that. But from what they see right now, he's going to make a full recovery. It's just going to take some time for the neck bone to fully heal. So that's good news. It was an unfortunate situation. And yeah, we're glad to see Liam's okay. All right, before we move on, issue number 10 of the Motocross Network magazine has finally been shipped to us. We're waiting on it. It should be here in a couple days, and then we can ship it out to you guys, hopefully by the end of this week. Sorry for the delay again, guys. So if you haven't ordered the copy and you want one, head to the mxnetwork.com today. Order one yourself. We have some back issues available as well. So yeah, links in the description, or head to the mxnetwork.com today. All right, final story of the day, another bad one, injury. Firepower Honda rider Carson Mumford was only at his second race back since Supercross. He's on a new team, Firepower Honda. He's been prepping all summer, trying to get ready for SMX, to prove himself, to test the team, the bike, and all that. His goal was just to build on his new program, form a foundation, and prep for 2025. Unfortunately, things didn't go to plan. This weekend at Fort Worth SuperMotocross, Mumford had a crash in the rhythm section during practice, resulting in a compound fracture of his right leg. To those of you who haven't seen this gnarly crash, here's the clip. Today, he is still at the hospital in Texas. He got out of surgery yesterday. It was a success. He is walking around on crutches, so all good news. Here is the latest update from Mumford himself. He said, quote, out of surgery, feeling a lot better today. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a very brutal last 24 hours, but looking forward to getting better. Plan is to stay in Texas a couple more days before getting on a plane and heading back to California to do therapy and rest for a few weeks. Thank you to everyone that called, texted, and reached out to me and my family. It felt like time was moving in slow motion. Getting to talk to people helped keep my mind off things. Unfortunate state of affairs for this kid. I'm glad to see him up and walking already. Hopefully he gets in a better mood. Just a sucky situation. He had all year off, basically, prepping on this team to get ready for SuperMotocross, and then to get knocked out this early and being pushed back on his progress. Now he's got to restart everything, get healthy, get back on the bike, and prep for January. That's going to really push his progress back. But yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing his progress on the new team. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery and has enough time to build over the winter. Yeah, we're wishing you luck, man. Get well. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Give us your opinion on these stories in the comments down below. How do you feel about Deegan running the scoop tire? How about the Everts Coenen crash? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to support our work, the best way to do it is to become a premium member. It's only $3 per month, and you unlock all of our past and future exclusive interviews, premium articles, and the Motocross Network travel vlog, all without any ads. So head to our website, themxnetwork.com, to become a member today. All right, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Moto News Worldwide video on the Motocross Network.